All right, so we're coming into that time of the summer with the specific blockbusters coming out. Jurassic Park is out this weekend, um, which I saw the ratings weren't that big on it, but I mean, again, you're on your 1100th Jurassic Park movie. At some point, that whole storyline and just type of movies is gonna, just be more of a popcorn movie than it is anything else. But we do have the Superman movie next weekend, and then the Fantastic Four, I think 2 weekends after that. Um, both of those have garnered a lot of attention, both positive and negative. Again, I'm one of those guys that I'm hit or miss on either of these movies. I think both of them have probably been overdone. I don't know why you need to do an individual Superman movie when it's been done for 40 years and even going back longer than that with the serial. Um, and the Fantastic Four has been done to death in the last 25 years. I mean, when I first heard Marvel was going to do a solo Fantastic Four movie, I was like, okay. I mean, do what you want to do on that one, but having said that, I lean more to a 60-40 that I'd probably go see Fantastic Four over the Superman movie. Again, Superman just is it's not my it's not my thing. I was never a big Superman guy. I enjoyed like I've said many times before, Man of Steel, except for the last like 30 minutes of it. Um, but I think we're at a point now with these superhero movies that solo movies, besides specific characters, are just being overdone. I mean, even Batman on some level is just being overdone. And it's more you're going to have to go to these conglomeration of movies, these ones like the Doomsday, the Infinity War, Endgame, and so on. Because I think people are just not going to be there for solo movies. Having said that, though, they're showing the box office estimations for Superman. Now, the AI has it as the domestic box office weekend between 130 million and 171 million. I think I said it would do around 150 million. Some only projections were slightly higher, with some reports that it could reach 171 million. The film's overall domestic box office potential. Okay. Um, Movie Web has Superman eyeing record-breaking opening weekend that blows past Zack Snyder's DCU, eyeing 130 million. I mean, and I know this sounds weird, but is 130 million really like something to be excited about on a movie like this? I mean, shouldn't you be gunning for if you want to really blow things out? Probably you want to be about 200 million. Um, all right, opinions here on the Hollywood Reporter, tracking for 135 million, with some suggesting a much lower range of 90 million to 120 million. I have seen that as of late. That 2 weeks ago it was trending higher, but within this last week it's dropped, and there's more negative reviews because you're beginning to. Look, I'll say this: studios are going to get those shills out there, those individuals that just react, kindly to everything because they want to be able to interview the actors, they want to be able to interview the directors, they want to be able to have this content on their page. So they're gonna have these shills that go up there and just tell you how great the movie is. It's so awesome. It's so this. It's so that. Um, so it gets people to the theater. Hey, that's what a studio is gonna do. I understand that. I get that. That's what you're supposed to do as a studio. But you are seeing some people coming out and going, eh, it's not overly bad, but it's not overly great. It's just meh. You know. A few people have just said it's not a good movie. We won't find out until the week that it comes out because I think this next week or the week after that is what they call the embargo, the critic embargo, where people can actually talk about it. Um, but yeah, here you go. Opinion, however, is sharply divided. That's just how high Superman can fly. 135 is a stat leading from the tracking service, according to sources with access to data. And Jarrow always so they're saying that the range is 125 to 145 million. Um, is that insiders at DC Studios and Warner's are being more conservative and suggesting 90 million to 125 million. On the opposite end of the spectrum, some box office experts who monitor social metrics speculate that Superman could open as high as 175 million. It's highly anticipated, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this isn't showing anything about. Yeah, so I mean, okay, so the low that people are saying it looks like it's going to be about, you know, 90 million with the high 170, which I mean that's a huge um diversity, huge economy as far as what it could get. I'm trying to see if there's any reviews. I mean, because again, I guess we won't see the reviews until it comes out next week. But I had seen that there was a more projection that people were kind of having a wait and see approach to this particular movie. Again, the different trailers that I had watched, all the ones that they put out, it just, I mean, it's whatever, man. It doesn't look anything very appealing to me. I get that it's more comic booky, which for those comic book people, that's great. For you guys, that's great. But the problem is, everyday people that don't watch comics, that aren't huge fans of Superman and can't understand, the Easter eggs or this or that storyline or whatever, you're not going to do yourself any favor by saying, "Oh, well, if you don't read comics, if you don't understand comics, you don't understand why this movie's going to be so great." I get that argument that you want things in your movies, your comic book movies, that are more in line with the comics. Like those early X-Men movies, they were in line to the comics, just name only. Besides the storylines, they kind of did their own thing, and it really killed that franchise with that third one that came out. The Marvel universe has done more into where they stay with the comics, even though they kind of detour or take a different storyline or do something different to change it up because maybe they didn't have the properties that they could do it with at that time. But they stay in flux with the comics, but they differ away, and that's what brought people into those movies because it appealed to a broader audience. It'll be interesting to see if this will appeal to a broader audience, being as that they're sticking closer to a comic book storyline. Which again, you comic nerds, if you love that stuff, good on you. But for people like me that didn't really care for the Superman comics or pay attention to every specific storyline that you need to understand what's going on, this movie didn't do anything for me. It's whatever. I'll wait until it comes out on a streaming service in 3 months or whatever it may be. Having said that, you have the Fantastic Four movie, which is trending between 125 to 130, 36, about 50, about the same in the same vein as Superman. As you can see, the Fantastic Four box office projections increased from its initial expectations. So, what I will say about this is, honestly, I didn't know when they showed those first couple trailers for the Fantastic Four. I was like, ah, man, I'll just wait. I'll just wait for that. But that last one that they put out, probably just right around now, probably about a month ago, raised my eyebrow more like, okay, that actually looks doable. I could see myself, checking that movie out. Again, okay, so we're going with the previous movies there. yeah, there was a a more I'd say a more lean to, okay, I could see myself I could see myself going and seeing that one. Um, but again, at the same time, it's like it's not a necessity for me to want to go and see it. But out of both of these movies, I could see myself more going to see the Fantastic Four over Superman. And again, I wasn't a Fantastic Four kid growing up either. The other previous movies that came out, that one in the early 2000s, never went and saw those in theater. I thought the first one was kind of cheesy. I thought the Silver Surfer being involved in the second one was decent. The Galactus of that universe was garbage. The 2015 reboot didn't waste my time on. Never seen it. To me, I mean, the Fantastic Four never appealed to me growing up. Again, it was more X Men, Spider Man, Captain America at that time. But okay, so yeah, the standard projections have increased. This is when this story came out. It was about the time when they put that last trailer out. So I think that last trailer really helped them, figure out how to promote this to individuals. I think there's a lot of people that were like me that were just, I mean, really. Whereas Superman trailers haven't really, they still look the same as they did when they first put the teaser out. There hasn't been much of a change to it. They've put less of the dog and tried to be more, I guess, on a serious level with it. Now again, you will have in the coming weeks, in the next 2 weeks, you will have the shills for the Marvel and the Disney that they'll let see this movie and they'll give you great standing reviews for the Fantastic Four. Um, you won't know until that embargo comes out. For me, I again, I would more lean to go see the Fantastic Four over the Superman movie. I just think Superman doesn't need a solo movie anymore. We know who Superman is. We understand his upbringing. We understand his origin story. With him, I think you need to just do more of DC in general. Just need to do more Justice League stuff. There's no sense of building a universe anymore with solo movies. You might as well just go ahead and do conglomeration movies. Do these movies where there's a crap ton of superheroes in them, or if you're gonna do, I guess you could say solo movies, you do one where you have kind of like what the Superman is doing, where you have the Green Lantern and a bunch of these different characters in it. But I mean, you could name it something else. I just think people are done with solo movies. We'll find out after Doomsday, after they reboot Marvel and whatever James Gunn is going to do with his DC universe, if people care about solo stuff, because I don't think people do. I think that people are just, I mean, honestly, I think you're at the point now to where both Warner Brothers and Disney need to get together and do that, because there's a storyline in the comics, I think it's been done once or twice, where Marvel and DC, the universes come together and battle it out. I honestly think that would be a better reboot where you have just both these universes come together, become aware of each other, fight it out, and then, start the universes over that way. But I mean, it probably won't be done that way. And at some point, they will do that because, again, at some point, people will just be tired of these particular movies. And so to draw them in, you're just going to have to do what Marvel is doing with Doomsday and Secret Wars. But no, let me know what you think if you're going to go see these movies. Um, if I'm just wrong and I should go see Superman, even though you won't convince me to go do it. Remember to like and subscribe. I forget to say that. But otherwise, hey, stay off the damn internet, find some good earth and dig it, and enjoy being outside. Unless it's a crappy weather day, but otherwise, get outside and enjoy the world. All right, later.